Hello everybody, what we are looking at today is how to expand brackets. So we know when things are in brackets that they are in what we call these things over here. So we've got numbers written inside. What we have in maths when we have brackets, usually there's a number written on the outside and there's a few numbers written on the inside, and what our aim is to expand them to make it into a readable form without the brackets. So by the end of this session, we're going to hope that we can expand brackets using what we call the distributive law. And the distributive law is basically a rule that's explaining how we expand brackets. And the way that it works is this. So we're going to pretend these letters each represent a number or a term, okay? So here I've got a number outside my bracket and I've got one thing being plussed with another thing. So the way the distributive law works is we take the number that's outside, we multiply it by the number that's inside. So we're going to go A times B. So A times B. And then we're going to write whatever the symbol is. The symbol here is a plus sign. So we're going to draw a plus. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I've done outside with inside. Now I'm going to do outside with next inside. So we're going to go A times C. A times C. And remember in maths, when I've got a times sign in between two letters, I can put them together. So A times B is the same as AB. It's a plus sign. A times C is the same as AC. So the expanded form of this is this. Okay, so this is what we call the factorized form when it's in brackets, and we are expanding it. So I'll go through another one, this time with a minus sign. So we're going to do outside times by first inside. So A times B, A times B, and then we're going to do outside times second inside. Okay, A times negative C. So we're going to go take away A times C. So this one is going to be AB take away AC. Now with letters, it can look a little bit confusing. So we're going to go through some examples. All right, so over here, I've got a 3 bracket B plus 5 close bracket. So we're going to do outside times by inside. So 3 times by B. 3 times by B is 3B. I can get rid of the time sign. And then I'm going to do 3 times by 5. So there's a plus sign, so we're going to go plus. 3 times by 5 is 15. And that is my answer. All right, we'll try another one that's quite similar. So outside number times by inside. Here I've got 3 times by 2x. All right, so remember when we're working with algebra, we times our two numbers together. So 3 times 2 is 6. And there's an x there, so I'm going to write an x plus, because there's a plus sign, and then I'm going to do my second part. 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21, and that is my answer. All right, so we're going to follow that same pattern. We're going to do this times this, this times this. Okay, so outside by first inside, outside by second inside. And if there was another number, we'd do outside by the third one, outside by the fourth one, no matter how many numbers are inside. All right, let's work through these ones. This one here has a negative symbol. So we're going to do negative 8 times 7. Negative 8 times 7 is negative 56, because a negative times by a positive is a negative number. And then we're going to do negative 8 times by positive 2y. So negative 8 times 2 is going to be negative 16. And we've got a y there, so it's going to be negative 16y. Next one, 4x times by 2. So we're going to do all of this times by the first thing. So 4 times 2 is 8. So we're going to go 8, and there was an x as part of it. So we're going to write x. All right, and then we're going to go 4x times negative y. So remember in algebra, we put our numbers before our letters. So it's a negative, so we're going to go negative. 4x times y is going to be 4xy, because remember there's an imaginary time sign between our letters. Okay, so this is what expanding brackets is. So whenever you're asked to expand brackets, that's what you are going to be doing. All right, you're timesing the outside by the inside numbers. What we can then be asked to do is expand and collect the like terms. So remember, like terms are things that have the same letters in them. So over here, step number 1 will be to expand. So we've got a 3 times a 2b. 3 times 2b is 6b, okay? And then we're going to do a 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 15. And here I've got a 3b on its own. Because this 3b is away from the bracket, we just write it down separately. And then you will notice that I have some like terms in here. So I have got a 6b and I've got a 3b. So 6b plus 3b is 9b's all up, okay? And I've got a 15 on its own, so I'm just going to go plus 15, and that is my answer. All right, so we expand the brackets and then we collect the like terms. So that's bringing in our knowledge from a few lessons ago. All right, next one. We have got a 12xy, but there's no brackets there, so we can write that as it is, 12xy. All right, but now we've got a brackets. So what we're going to do is, this is a plus symbol, so I'm going to write plus 7x times 2. 7 times 2 is 14, so it's going to be 14x, okay? And then we work with our second part, 7x times negative y. That's a negative there, so we're going to write negative. 7x times y is 7xy, okay? And I have finished that up, so I can look at my like terms. I've got a 12xy. I've got a negative 7xy, so I'm going to collect my like terms together. So 12 take away 7 is 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, which is 5xy. And then I've got a 14x on its own. So we're going to write 14x, because remember, xy and x are different to each other. So we do not combine them. They are not like terms. So we leave that separately. Okay, so that is expanding like terms. Please like the video and subscribe and leave any comments if you would like some further assistance. Thank you.